Good evening, everybody. This might be the closest to on time that we have ever started this stream. I promise it won't happen too often. Especially not with all those clacky keyboards in the background. As is required, tonight's beer of choice is Winter Chills Ale from Hoarding and Dominion Brewing Company. It's a little too spicy of a beer for my tastes, so I've added Jameson whiskey to make it a better drink.
No. Tonight's drink of choice is 1050 Imperial Stout Stovepipe Bourbon Barrel Aged.
It obviously can't be because I'm not drinking it.
Colorado Brewery at 12.9%.
Obviously can't be the beer of the evening because I'm not drinking it. As all of you may recall,
Not my fault.
as we find a way to mute the guy who has the echoing, there we go. As you all may recall, the last time the party was in Helturl, they had done some dancing with some demons, they did some shopping, and they got conned into following along with the cult to try and infiltrate their caravan in Baldur's Gate in order to figure out where all the loot's going and what the hell the Cult of the Dragon is even up to. On their way down that river, they encountered signs and evidence of draconic attacks that are associated with a small black dragon. Oh no, the party can hear you. It's just that the world can't hear you. Neener, neener. For the moment. And in Baldur's Gate, they encountered good old Rayce, whatever the hell I named him, Scatterhawk, their original employer who ended up joining the Cult of the Dragon because somehow he thinks they're going to turn him into a dragon. We never said the guy was smart. Never. He still owes them money. And so the party chased him, caught up with him, found him at a camp of cultists, not the ones they're trying to catch up with because these guys don't have the caravan, so they murdered everybody before these cultists could go and, tell on them. But as I recall, y'all did take one alive, I seem to remember. And so if you want to do anything with him, that's your business. Oh, and also we did some shopping, and Billy Brewbuckle finally got his Demon Ichor sword.
Thank you.
No, I really don't remember. Oh, wait, no, there was one we left alive.
And Rayce escaped. It's also worth mentioning. He got on his horse and he bolted.
Yeah, he did.
We almost had that horse dead.
You almost got him. And by the way, the rest of the world can hear you guys again.
Hi.
And Haberja,
right.
This guy's not even a cult leader. He's a noble from Cormyr that these guys were escorting to his wedding when they ran into the cult. And the first thing this guy did was run to go fight a dragon the size of a house. He's not smart.
No, it's not. Alright, so he's took off. We could probably follow his tracks, but...
He's on a horse. You guys didn't bring your horses. No, wait, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We rode after him.
That's right. So you could try chasing him through unfamiliar terrain and, completely miss out on the quest.
Well, no, because only Brune went after him, didn't he?
Brune led you guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
Brune acted as your scout.
Yeah.
I do know Jim did not go that way. Jim went the other way to kill the half-dragon and then stayed in the camp.
Yeah, that is a good point. You guys were looting, so going after him is kind of a lost cause at this point. He's got a head start on you.
Yeah, he does. We can still track him. It's not too far out, but I figured now is probably a good time to, I don't know, maybe see if we can't get some more information out of this guy, although I'm not sure what I'd ask him. Pretty sure we can just follow him.
Well, I had to look up some important information simply because I love the idea of a bear chasing down a horse. Unfortunately, average horse runs at 55 miles per hour at top speed. The average grizzly bear only tops out at 35.
I mean, I would have looked in the monster manual, but...
All right. So, what are we doing? Are we interrogating? Are we tracking? What?
Is there any... Remember, your ultimate goal, assuming that you don't just take, whatever this guy's name is, assuming you don't just take the guy's giant emerald that he gave you and bolt, you did kind of agree that you'd hook up with the cultists and go north and figure out where the hell what the hell is going on. So chasing after the guy who owes you money might interfere with that.
You know what? We'll have to deal with him another time. He just
Leosin, that's his name. Leosin is the guy who paid you a giant fucking emerald.
He just keeps bouncing out on us, and he paid us a giant emerald to leave him alone?
No, Leosin is the monk guy that you guys rescued from the cult a long while ago.
Oh,
who
that's
asked
right,
you to.
yeah.
He was the second person to hire you without paying up front. He asked you guys to go back to the cavern. I think I hear Rise very faintly. I think I hear Rise. No, I'm going insane.
No, I think that was Alucard's mic being very quiet.
I am kind of down for letting what's his name run off for the time being, and we just go deal with the cult, because at this point we've made what he owed us, and we'll find him again. He's going to turn up. He's part of the cult that we're tracking. He's going to turn up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, does anybody... I am more than happy to streamline interrogating this dude that you did happen to catch. So, if there's any questions you want to ask him, this guy turns out to be more a mercenary that got hired on as extra muscle than a true believer.
Okay. Do we know exactly where the cult is going to be, or was that kind of just go this direction?
You know that they are planning to pass through Baldur's Gate based off of the information you garnered way back in the caves.
Mm-hmm.
You know that based on their rate of travel, you have anywhere from a day to a week or so before they're going to show up. Here in Baldur's Gate, at which point they're going to have to join up with another caravan in order to not look suspicious, because that's sort of what happens in Baldur's Gate is people band together into big caravans for the long trek north up the coastway to Waterdeep.
Well, since it's a big caravan, could we potentially infiltrate that caravan?
That is, in fact, something you can do, and a good idea. In fact, I do believe... Did they actually work this into the story and I overlooked it?
Did I accidentally get us back on plot?
So yes, technically, there's nothing in your original meeting with... This is another case of the adventure assumes that you do all kinds of... that you, the GM, do all of the hard work of actually coming up with how to make the adventure work. Because in the whole layout of the mission that they have for you that I previously used... Okay, they do mention briefly that you could get yourselves hired on as guards. Or, for that matter, since one of you has a wagon, you could even, join as fellow travelers.
I'm down with that. We're ahead of them. Let's let them take us where they're gonna go.
I keep vaguely hearing what might be Crimson Fucker, aka Alucard, aka Martin Luther. Or not Martin Luther, Jim Jones. I'm getting my...
You son of a bitch, I'm Jim Jones!
Finally I can hear him! I found
think it's a
the
good
key.
thing that we can't hear him, because he's going to be yelling a lot more at you because of that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to yell, you sons of bitches!
See, it worked! I solved my problem. I can hear him again.
To be fair, when you're very quiet, you do sound like Rise.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst part, is the last couple of times I heard you talking, Alucard, I could have sworn it was Rise.
Alright, you know what? Hold on, I'm switching headsets and we're gonna try something. Oh,
But before you do that, do you have a problem with us just going with the caravan and trying to just blend as travelers for this caravan?
oh no, you have all accidentally into what I was gonna suggest anyway.
They have accidentally backed onto the plot.
Yeah, we accidentally got back on plot. That's awesome.
Like I said in the chat, give it 3 minutes.
Yeah, give it 3 minutes.
So, in Baldur's Gate, back in Baldur's Gate, I'm not asking exactly what y'all did with that poor bastard that you left in the woods. I don't know if you mercy killed him. I don't know if you let him go afterwards since he was just a merc. I don't know what Jim Jones might have done with various orifices, and I don't want to.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Billy might have taken a kneecap, who knows?
I mean, come on, Billy. You're a fellow mercenary. You understand how it goes. You know how the game's played.
Yeah, but at the same time, Billy seems to have some anger issues towards certain people.
Mark to Mark, I'm sorry, dude, but this is the way it's got to go.
Sounds
Put an arrow in his knee. Did you settle down without telling us?
Do I sound like Rise now?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, Dragon, I know where you live, goddammit.
So, back in Baldur's Gate, Brune sort of stumbles off from the group, muttering something about how he'll be back, but he's got to go do some looking ups about some dragons and eggs and need to know these things better. You're not entirely sure because he's kind of doing that drunk slur thing he does after he spent too much time polymorphed and then dives into Jim Jones's ale head first. So you're not entirely sure whether he said omelet or raise it.
Omelet. I'm going with omelet.
As I try to figure out where Jim Jones hid his character on this map.
Is he still in the mountains?
There he is.
Oh, you found me?
It's called Zoom Out. It's called Zoom Out. It's not hard to find you.
Oh, come on. You couldn't find the fucking luggage when it was there.
Because I don't think luggage has a nameplate on this one.
That is a fair point.
It does. I saw luggage on a random island.
Where he is.
Yeah, I found the luggage.
Anyways.
Like I said, 3 minutes to derail.
Don't mind me.
But at least we're just derailing ourselves socially, not derailing the plot of the game.
Alright. You know, to avoid suspicion, we should probably put luggage in the back of the cart.
Luggage should probably be told not to move or eat things.
Act inanimate.
This is legitimately Ricewind's luggage. We're fucked. Ask it nicely, and maybe.
Alright, come here, boy. Get in the back of the cart, sit down, be quiet until we tell you to do something, okay?
Oh,
So
that's
Brune-
not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
So
I
with
mean,
Brune
give it some of your ale.
No. It likes gold. It likes gold.
No,
Give it a
there
gold
was
piece
an
as a
entire
treat.
book where Ricewind's luggage was drinking, and it never got drunk. You cannot get it drunk.
Because it doesn't have organs.
That sounds like a challenge that Brune would gladly accept.
Well, Brune is off researching something about omelets or raisits with regards to dragons. Maybe something to do with a raisin omelet? I don't know.
That sounds like a crime against all mortals.
And during this time, Brewbuckle also gets his sword reforged so that the... I'm not sure how I can display this without the... Alright, players, do me a solid and don't look at the live stream.
Oh, done. I have it paused at all times.
I'm actually not even technically on it, even though it's open. But
So, everybody ignore that lower part. I think I can actually make... There we go. Now you can't see some things.
can I click it now?
You should be able to click it and open it up.
Because I want to click it so bad since you said that. No, I still see shit going on. Hold on, clicking off.
To the world at large, he has had his blade reforged using some of the demon ichor that he collected at the party. You may recall that this sword used to just be a longsword until he accidentally hit the luggage with it and the luggage ate part of it. Well, it's been reforged into the demon ichor blade, which appears as a black steel with an iridescent green hue as the light hits it. Think like those fancy rich motherfucker car paint jobs where it looks like a really dark, almost black car, and then just the right angle and lighting, and you get this brilliant crimson appear. Same thing, but with more of a green hue. There's a seam in the metal still visible where the blade was once shattered. And basically it acts as a +1 longsword, but also deals an additional 1d6 acid damage. Glows in the presence of demons and demon forces.
I still call this a demi-artifact because it's a unique magical item to a player that you, as the DM, just spent 45 seconds explaining.
Don't worry, all of y'all will or have something like this on your persons.
If we ever get to the plot line that involves the fucking lion coat, awesome shit. But in the meantime, Jim Jones does not trust that sword. I'm sorry.
Well, is it any worse that Billy is openly carrying around demonic fingers?
Most people just seem a little creeped out in Baldur's Gate, but at the same time, they have this odd, like, hipster vibe of, we've seen worse.
Yeah, that sword is nothing in Baldur's Gate. Remember, Baldur's Gate has a goddamn portal to Sigil in it. There's nothing we can bring they have not seen.
Well, here's the thing.
Hoarding's
I'm
gonna
stupid.
use Divine Sense to see if he can get any feel for what the sword and or the fingers are actually doing to try to massage some group problems here.
Would you like a massage from the fingers?
I don't know. Depends on what my paladin's tingly sense gives me.
Oh, he'll be tingling, all right.
Alright, just throwing out, it's pure role-playing for Jim Jones not trusting the sword.
Oh,
It will
understood,
have no
understood.
effect in actual gameplay. It's just for role-playing reasons.
Yeah.
But using Divine Sense on both the fingers and the sword is still not a bad idea. And out of all of it, and what the heck is that weird little rub?
What
Who's
is
working
I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting. I'm fidgeting with
Okay.
my pop socket.
I was just gonna say, it sounds an awful lot like the kind of rubbery butt plug noises.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I was about to get really excited there. Can we
I'm
get
glad
back
I'm
to the
not the only
game?
one. Anyway, off of your Divine Sense, you can kind of get this lingering vibe of evil off of the fingers, but best way to interpret it, the way that it kind of filters through to you, Thodrian, is that that's more the lingering elements of the evil of the creatures who once possessed those fingers. They're not actively evil, they're just remnants of.
Gotcha.
And the sword just kind of comes back as a void in your senses.
Nah, the
That's
sword's
not
fine.
ominous.
We're
That's
good.
not ominous at all.
But does it stare back?
Voids never stare back. That's a common misconception. They're always trying to hide themselves.
They always stare back.
You are able to hook up in Baldur's Gate with somebody from was able to reference a.
Oh, God damn it. The DM just opened a book. I have to throw that out there. Sorry, the DM just opened a book. We're fucked.
Oh no, the DM opened the book with the adventure in it so that the adventure could get played.
Yeah,
I
we've
don't
been off plot so long he hasn't had to reference the book for
I
3 or 4
don't
sessions.
believe you.
You have no idea how unfamiliar I have become with this goddamn book because of you people.
I'm going to take at least 20% of the blame.
90% of all off topic is not my fault, all right?
We're off topic 100% of the time, 60% of the time because of you.
No, not my goddamn fault.
60% of it is easily Jim Jones. Another 20% of it is Walker setting something on fire.
It's
And
unfortunate
I
that these
have
things
at
happen.
least-
to stay
at
on
least
topic.
15% is Billy Brewbuckle and others slapping Martin into actually doing the job instead of praying.
Listen, you cannot blame me because I have played this before. I know where the quest goes, and I have avoided going, let's go left. All right?
True, you have also done a mostly decent job of not trying to railroad people into taking plot relevant decisions and letting them go where they want instead. So
He has
kudos to you
also
on
been
that.
He has also been wrong several times about things that have been changed with the adventure since he only played in 3rd edition.
True.
Which I am very glad for.
Yes.
Because surprise.
He likes new experiences and surprises. So yes, back to the plot.
I'm still very nervous. The DM is looking at a book.
Something that they didn't bother mentioning back when you got this job, and I guess that the game just assumed I would read on and then work this into your talk with From, is that he has a contact in Baldur's Gate. He has a contact in Baldur's Gate named Acne Celeban. I'm going to go ahead and call him Acne.
Wait, so we have to turn around? We're already past Baldur's Gate into the goddamn camp. We have to turn around now.
You had to go back to Baldur's Gate because this camp isn't what you wanted. This camp was the other fuckers who had stayed behind in the cave that you had previously run into, trying to catch back up.
Oh, god damn it. This was the fucked up camp. This camp exists because you fucked up.
Yes, this camp exists because the party fucked up. And didn't take care of these guys in the cave. So, yes, you went out, you took out the camp, and then you came back to Baldur's Gate. Billy got his sword. Y'all freaked out a little bit because, Demon Ichor sword. Thodrian reassured you that it's all fine, it's good. Brune is off researching dragon omelets.
And I want my armor to smoke and pop like the fucking 50 gold piece enchantment. Whatever. I don't care. Let's go.
Alright.
So you have a contact named Akin Celeban, who I'm going to call Acne from now on because that's just such a dumbass name.
Acne it is.
Who operates an equipage business on the north side of the city, outside of the wall, because you're not allowed to bring animals or carts or wagons inside of Baldur's gates. They have to stay outside the city.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nope, I am shutting the fuck up. The rest of y'all deal with it. I'm not saying a goddamn thing.
See, and this is how he sabotages the plot by revealing the plot elements. Anyways.
I try not to, but I can't talk. I can't say anything. I can't even go, hey, remember, we have members of this or that.
You have Brune, who is a member of the Harpers. I forget if any of the other players wanted to join either the Harpers or the Iron Gauntlet.
Helm.
That's right. Thodrian joined the Iron Gauntlet guys.
Yes. Our paladin joined Helm. But I have to shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. Jim Jones is drunk.
But Acne is willing to vouch for the party and keep a lookout for the wagons as you described them. Or the folk as you described them from the cult.
Okay.
And that gives you some time to do a little bit around Baldur's Gate if there's anything the party wishes to take care of beyond the purchasing of equipment.
I don't think there's any more equipment I can purchase. I think I'm about the best that I can be right now.
No research anybody wants to do?
You can always buy poisons.
I'd like to purchase a little holy wine, water, or ale, whichever he can get to function. Because he would like to actually have access to the bless spell.
Alright, it's pretty trivial to find people who sell holy water. Give me a moment.
Would holy water work for Jim Jones?
Holy water's holy water.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright,
So,
based off of that, you can, in fact, even find a temple to your own goddess.
ooh.
Who I briefly forgot the name of, but soon, I believe.
Yeah, whatever. She's hedonism and cats.
Yep, the hedonism and cat god.
Yep. If I can find one to my own temple,
They
I
in
would
fact
buy-
have blessed bourbon. It costs about the same.
well, then in that case, I'm buying 3, and Jim Jones is immediately downing 1. 1 is immediately downed. 1 is poured into his holy symbol for drinking upon the day, and 1 is saved for spells, so Jim Jones can cast bless and whatnot. Because
Excellent.
bless requires holy water, and I'd like to actually fucking cast it. But I'll take that out of my personal gold. Immediately upon 3, 1 is downed, 1's poured into my goblet, and 1 is saved.
Understood. Alrighty. Let's see. What else needs to be... Did they really have so little... Okay, they do have cutout text occasionally that's supposed to be read to the party, and then they leave the rest of it for me to figure out.
Because you're the benevolent overlord.
So, does anybody else want to do anything else in Baldur's Gate before the plot moves forward?
Nothing comes to mind, no.
Alrighty. Billy, you got a sword, so let's let Thodrian speak up for a moment. As Thodrian stays silent.
I mean,
like the
Thodrian's
last
distracted.
No, I need you people to burn like 15 fucking minutes.
So in other words, let's
15
rush it.
minutes.
I have a beer waiting for me to leave this room and go finish.
So, Thodrian, thoughts?
well, I don't know that I have too many other things that I needed to get done.
Yep, you have your
Possibly
plate.
a blessing from my temple or from yours. For role-playing reasons, if nothing else.
Oh, well, yes, I need to go get it.
Role-playing matters.
Role-playing matters, but you say that like Wizards of the Coast ever thought about it.
But we thought about it. Fuck you, role-playing matters. Come on.
For fuck's sake,
Well,
I'm on the Dragon's Point when it comes to Wizards of the Coast writing because
Oh,
Just
oh
deal-
yeah, no. Let's not talk about that. And
uh,
I'll ignore that entity as existing because of what they've done to the game, and we'll get back to our role playing.
Alright,
Thank you.
Thodrian!
so, let's see. If we're just looking to do some role playing, could Thodrian would like to go and find a blacksmith so that we can actually, I guess, RP me getting the nice heavy plate mail.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and
I can't find a
actual
relative or something in
playing,
Baldur's Gate.
just for role playing though, Jim Jones would want to drag Thodrian to his temple, either DM with a kitty, possibly Theodrin would drag him post him getting that plate mail.
Alright,
And,
so...
That extra vial I got dumped on it.
I can bless myself, but sure.
No. Take your blessings. Take your blessings. I drank 1. I'm dumping 1 on you, and 1's in my cup. Let's go.
So you have none left?
1's in the cup. I have 1 left. It's in the cup.
Until you tilt the cup wrong, you drunk?
Exactly. I'm probably going to run out before the day's out. Let's be honest.
He's the
Until
Jackie
I
Chan
have
of
a
drunken
barrel.
crew in this environment.
I love how the last thing ever said in chat, and still remaining, is someone mute Jim Jones.
it's not. It's a political
role-playing.
situation.
Just for
There
role-playing
you go.
purposes and knowing how his character runs, I'm just gonna go ahead and get another little vial of holy water just in case.
Are you going to
Because
get a
he's
whole
trouble.
vial of holy water from my temple? Or from Theodrin's temple?
You
I'll
know,
humor you and get it from yours. That way, it's from the source for your goddess, and I'll just toss it to you in a pinch.
just
Which
make
means
sure
I
he
get
doesn't
one
drink
spell
it.
and the drink out of. I love it.
Just make sure he doesn't drink it. And it is
I will keep
25
it.
gold, by the way, per
Yeah.
holy water.
All right, cool.
Holy
25.
water costs.
Who is
So-
The
Thodrian's
reason
god?
my barrel is going to cost 25,000 silver. And I'm going to drink
It's
most
like
of it.
Modron?
My God.
Thodrian's god is, I forget because they don't actually provide you a place to write it down.
It's Morden, the dwarven god of the forge for the dwarves.
Oh, yeah. Forge God.
I'm tempted to look
So,
for a
also
temple of
God,
neither
I
of their
can
gods.
All
Theodrin's
right,
God,
so
one I pay homage to and recognize, but is
so Thodrian is
Imperial?
going to go buy his happy-go-lucky armor of not dying so much.
There we go.
And
and
it's-
Jim Jones is gonna tease him about getting normal armor versus my what did I get? Did I get
Mithril.
Elven?
You got pansy elven armor. You
Yeah,
mithril.
I got pansy elven armor, but it's lighter and it works.
Isn't that a sin for dwarves?
You need good
No,
dwarven armor.
No,
Forged in the heart of the
thankfully in
earth.
5th edition, there is no heretical reason for dwarves not to wear Sylvan craft armor. Thank you,
Aw.
5th edition, for making this possible.
My favorite cheating book is gone. My favorite cheating book is gone. My book of names, it's not where it's supposed to be. Because after all, Thodrian is looking for a good dwarven blacksmith.
Flint Fireforge.
That works.
Just go with Flint Fireforge. Let's go to Dragonlance. Fuck it. Flint Fireforge.
All right, given that the dwarven name generator I pulled up gave even shittier name options than that, we'll go with Flint Fireforge.
It took me a while to come across Brewbuckle.
Get Boulder Shoulders. Oh my God, that is a shitty name generation. No, I saw that. On the fucking... Oh my God, those
Yes.
names were horrible.
Horrible.
Oh, no.
Horrible. So, Thodrian's going along listening to Jim Jones babble his ear off about pretty elven armor and how light and frilly it is, and how
Yes,
it makes
it's
him
like-
feel so happy.
I feel like a maiden in summer wearing her undergarments.
As you're working your way through these streets.
Now I just want to blow smoke in Jim Jones's face.
He'll steal your pipe and smoke it.
Won't be the only
Until
pipe you'll be smoking.
down,
Probably not.
going down a side street, you can hear faintly the sound of a hammer ringing off of an anvil.
As I watch the GM look for my character. Oh, you went too south. Way too south. I'm north and west. No,
Oh,
north and east.
I love how I'm getting I love how I'm finding out what the delay on the stream is by virtue of you seeing, because I grabbed you and dragged you back already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Yep,
Anyways.
there I am.
As
But
Thodrian's
when we're
working
not
his
doing
way
anything, I watched the stream.
as Thodrian works his way down one of the side streets, he can hear a hammer clanging. He's pretty sure he's in an ethnic dwarven district because while there's this faint scent of ale under everything, the whole area is immaculately clean. And the streets are not paved with gold because that would be a waste of a very valuable material that doesn't make for good road conditions. After all, it's far too malleable. And dwarves understand this.
I was gonna say we have a whole division of stonecutters just for that purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
fine
you don't
granite.
build roads out of gold. No, stone. Good, solid stone.
What I'm
Granite,
saying.
preferably.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, that is what he just said. Literally.
Seems like Jim Jones is taking granite for granted.
Yes.
And can we get a map that's maybe Baldur's Gate?
No.
That would cost me money.
Oh, well, then in that case, hold on. I'm going to switch to the phone and I'm going to go finish my beer from earlier.
I was gonna say
Hold
we
on.
got a whole rectangle here that Baldur's Gate text fits on. We got plenty of space. The Adrian fits there. The luggage fits there. Oh no! Somebody took the luggage away from me.
Yeah,
Can't
I
use it anymore.
just to make he never noticed it, but just to make Alucard annoyed, I took away the ability to move the luggage.
Oh, son of a bitch. I can't hear you, motherfuckers.
Ow!
Wow, that was loud.
That was all kinds of ow.
Yeah, I'm really loud in this setup, but I can't hear you.
We are going to drop that. There we go. All right. Ooh, they want $50 for that?
Oh
Ouch.
shit, I can hear Ziggy real good. Hold on, I'm gonna change my
Okay,
setup real
so hearing the clanging down an alleyway, Thodrian is able to make his way towards a good dwarven blacksmith in a good dwarven district of Baldur's Gate. And there, before an open forge, stands a fellow with a bright red beard, bright red hair, hammering away on a sword.
Oh, you really are not gonna change point fire forward any, are you?
Might have almost been too much of a lowering of his volume on my end. But that's okay, because nobody wants to hear what Jim Jones has to say anyways. And there you find a man who can make you a set of plate mail.
Huzzah.
As
Hello?
we wait for Jim Jones to finish his beer so that we can move on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Settings aside, hold on the plate mail thing.
Why we always gotta make time for you, Jim?
Because he's arguably the hardest one to get here. Well, I'm possibly the easiest one since I joined. But that's just because I automatically have Saturdays off.
I don't think I've ever missed a session.
That's a good point, yeah.
I haven't missed a session since I joined 4 sessions ago.
This is true.
I'm a good boy.
Yes, Double A, our Druid Brune, is definitely the hardest person to get here. Right, so, Jim, did you have something you needed to say?
Hello, volume test?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, so, Jim Jones, of course, following Theodrin to the smith with the, forging of the armor. Can Jim Jones follow him before his armor is forged and post getting some, holy water from his temple?
Yes.
Jim Jones will sacrifice 1 vial of his holy water. In fact, the one he had put in his cup for drinking later, to the forging and quenching of this armor. If this causes a bonus, awesome. If not, whatever. But Jim Jones is giving this up.
Watch it cause a penalty.
It might, but hey, whatever.
Because it's not his god.
Still, it's a dwarven god. Jim Jones recognizes this god, and there is no hostility between my god and the god of the forge.
Yes, I sometimes roll real dice when I really don't want the players to know what's happening.
I love the sound of real dice, so never apologize for that.
And roll that again. That sounded beautiful. I love that sound. I need that box rolling.
I have a cup of 7 sets of dice right here.
Look,
Yeah, but you don't have the magnetic dice tower for rolling.
I'm not using that right now because I didn't feel like busting it out and setting it up. But to put some perspective on the amount of dice I have available to me,
As I switch over to the live stream.
I might have a problem. This is only
I
most
see
of
the
my
box.
dice.
No,
This is only
no,
most
that-
of my dice, not all of my dice.
No, you see that box is a good start. That is a good start. I had like 8 of those before I moved to where I am now.
And these dice are solid copper.
Oh,
I gotta send a picture of this that
All
my
right,
fiance
so
has.
back on
so
topic.
copper. Oh,
Back on
the
topic.
dwarf in me is screaming. Okay, enough about jizzing over dice. Let's get back to the game.
After all,
Well, I send a picture of it.
we are trying to, advance the plot a little bit.
What's the plot?
So, there you are in the forge, Flint introduces himself once he's at a point where he can set his sword aside, asking, so what's it you need?
Well, I heard the fine noise of a proper blacksmith from a couple blocks away, and I had to come see. I'm shopping for a good set of full plates. This stuff has been holding me up for a while, but it's not handing all the stuff out there that we've been running into.
As he
Ah,
starts just kind of gently tapping on your armor with a hammer. Yeah?
and Jim Jones popping it. Da, comrade. We heard good sounds, but maybe you are not up to task. As he dips a drinking cup into one of his barrels of wine or ale, whichever he has left at this point, and passing between Theodrin and the smith.
You're one of those northern dwarves, aren't you?
He is, but he provides good company and great drink.
Da, comrade.
Well, if the drink is good enough, I can make you a set of plate. For a price, of course.
Of course.
Ah, comrade, but could you? At which point, Jim Jones takes his holy symbol and hands it to Theodrin with the dosage of holy wine upon it. Could you, comrade, incorporate the holy aspect of my goddess and his god of forge of all dwarves, comrade, thumping his chest strongly.
Thumping his chest while wearing elven armor.
I
As
know.
the DM looks in the book. No, 5th edition has removed the stigma of elven armor. Fuck you. My
I'm not-
weak ass dwarf self can wear my Sylvan scale mail with no stigma. Don't be racist.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's hilarious because you're like fantasizing the majesty of dwarven craftsmanship while wearing non-dwarven armor. It's like,
Oh no. There is no fantasy there. The dwarven craftsmanship requires a little more sturdiness than Jim Jones can provide as an individual. he knows this. And dwarven craft is, of course, superior, but requires a greater
I'll
strength.
take your
requirement.
measurements, but can you shut your friend up?
And shutting up.
Jim, my friend. Let
No.
the man do his work.
No, good comrade. Enjoy.
Flint snatches up the cup from Thodrian to quaff down, because he needs a drink after that,
Fair enough.
and begins the work, having imbibed the holy spirit of your goddess,
Huzzah.
and working the holy symbol of Thodrian's god into the armor itself.
This isn't going to backfire at all.
And since this is pure roleplay, after all, we already know that the funds have already been paid out. And so we don't need to go and penalize anybody else for monies. You, congratulations, get your plate armor that you already had, but magic
Need
ball
the
gag
reason.
for Jim. Oh no, I have a few notes and numbers written down here because we ended up role-playing this out and had certain things going on.
Always role play and take the penalties when they hit.
And so, it just happens to be the same day you get the first reports of the cultists arriving that the armor is finished. One of my finest pieces of work, this. As he hands you what would in 3.5 be Mastercraft armor, but I think they completely took that kind of concept out in 5th edition.
Oh, and fuck them for that, because Mastercraft was the thing. But, shit, did we as a group think to grab any outfits from the camp we destroyed?
Well, they're traveling with a larger caravan to blend in, so we're just
Yeah,
going to be part of that larger caravan.
Walker brings
Yeah,
up a
but-
very good point that these people, they're not trying to look like cultists of an evil deity who are dedicated to the
Yeah.
destruction of the world. They're going to try to look like, you know, Johnny come shut up and ignore me.
Yeah, but did we think to grab any,
Give me
Your
wisdom.
character should default have some other set of clothes other than just your armor.
Well, no, his point is to have those kinds of robes to disguise yourselves as later if you happen to need them. Way back, many sessions ago, when you people were ambushed on the way to the raider camp, you did actually grab a couple of sets, not enough for everybody. I don't know
Yeah,
if you
we
remember
did.
that, but I remember it because that's
Yeah, we
what
did.
I do.
oh, okay. So we have a few random
Now, you have a few random sets. Now, anybody who might want to have had grabbed another set, go ahead and roll me a wisdom check to see if you had thought to do that back when you were in the camp.
do that
I'm actually
at
making
a
you-
disadvantage.
All right, I can roll that for you if you are inconvenienced at the moment.
No, I'm actually at the thing. I just gotta wait for it all to load up. There we go. Disadvantage already set.
Wow.
And wisdom. There we go.
Dragon, I want to apologize ahead of time. So my laptop is having some issues, so I may have to disconnect and reconnect from the chat.
Understood.
I was catching like every fifth word there.
Yeah, even on my end at least, you're breaking up a little bit, so I can understand that.
Yeah, I'm getting a little breakup on Ziggy's end.
Yep.
But on my end, 7, I grabbed a shoe somewhere and thought the shoe equaled
No,
I'm in, they won't recognize me.
no. What Jim Jones did is... Oh, well, no. On a 7, I'll give you the shoe. It's Walker who took the cake on this one.
So
Yeah.
you need to save from me.
Not a saving throw, just a wisdom check to see if you had the forethought to grab...
Oh crap! I had wisdom saving, not wisdom.
You're right there
general.
with me, Billy, on a shoe.
Billy is
Walker thinks he's
There we
walking
go.
in naked.
No,
I,
no.
I hit save. I hit saving throw instead of my
It's the
actual
same.
wisdom
It's the
stat.
same. For you, it's the same thing. So I'm using your
Son of a
original roll.
bitch. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah,
see.
we're
I see how
all
you tried to dodge that one. I
We're
see how you
all
tried to
fucked.
dodge that one. Well, no,
Welcome
damn
to Fuckerhood.
don't. No. Thodrian was able to find appropriate robes and gear for himself, so he'll blend in well. Walker, on the other hand, had this crazy idea that really, if he wants to blend in better than anybody else, what he needed was Langdedrossa, the half-dragons, custom gear.
And
Oh.
I was obviously wearing his skin.
Oh
I
man.
wore his skin.
So Walker has in his backpack the regalia that Langdedrossa, as a high-ranking member of the cult, would wear. And that is
no.
customized to that specific individual on top
Oh
of that.
shit.
You know, as long as we don't run into a fucking priest, we're cool.
In,
Unless they look at me.
in hindsight, I think
Or
in
what?
hindsight, his armor could be useful, but
Don't
now that I
look at
look
me.
at it,
Don't look at Walker. We're
No.
good.
now that Walker's
we're
looking at
fine.
this armor, he's seeing a few flaws in his plan.
That's your second wisdom roll, is going, you know, I've got
Maybe
this,
that was
but
a mistake.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, here's the way you could spin it. You could play it as Langdedrossa has abandoned the cult, has betrayed the cult, and you're returning the armor as a symbol of it.
I could play that.
Ignore the holes in it.
Would work.
Ignore the holes in it and ignore the blood on it.
Except the problem is with our wisdom rolls. With our 3 commutative wisdom rolls, we're not going to think of that. And we're going to go, hey, look at this armor. We're like a high person, right? Just
Wait,
listen
wait.
to us.
Put the dwarves
No.
on each other's shoulders.
No, I thought to grab it, but did I think to wear it? That's the key question here.
I'm assuming that
does
none
the
of you...
half-elf think to wear the armor, or does he hand it
I'm
to
a
the
s-
stupid dwarves?
I'm assuming that all of you took this stuff and shoved it in your packs and left it for okay, when we need to impersonate cultists, then we'll pull it out and put it on.
There we go. Okay.
So
we're not
it's
wearing, I'm not
basically-
trying to wear this shit right now.
Right.
Oh my god, total metagaming. Is there a history roll I can make to possibly save this?
No.
No? Okay, we're dead.
History wouldn't apply.
Okay, let's just roll with it.
We're dead.
we
Let's go.
the dice have rolled. Let's go.
So, as we had been covering before we went, oh wait, maybe this is something we should have done back in the day. You know, your contact Acne has spotted the cultist people coming along, transitioning their goods to the north side of the city, starting to work towards joining up with or putting together a caravan to travel farther north. Excuse me. And you haven't seen the leader that you guys recognized way back in the day, another half-dragon. Which makes a certain amount of sense because even in Baldur's Gate, you know, a half-dragon just freely walking around the city would look a little off.
A little out of place.
It still fits in, though. Maybe 20% will notice him.
I don't know. According to this, a half-dragon can't travel openly in Baldur's Gate, period, full stop. According to the magic book that is always correct, even though half of the authors weren't even born when Baldur's Gate was first imagined and given access to literally fucking everything.
Okay, hold on. A half-dragon can't can't move around openly.
In Baldur's
But
Gate.
a half demon can. A
Shush.
native born from
Shush,
Sigil
shush,
can.
shush, shush.
Okay, shutting up. Sorry.
No,
Sorry. Yeah, nope. I don't know nothing. I'm drinking my holy symbol. Fuck it.
This is because Wizards of the Coast doesn't plan for anyone's character.
Not
They
only does
plan
Wizards
for,
of the
like-
Coast...
Hold on. I have to love this. The live chat just had our benevolent overlord covering the camera with his finger for me.
Oh, that's right. That was those are on the GM layer.
Yeah, I just had to throw that out there and love that. As the GM told me to, shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. It's Baldur's Gate, and this campaign doesn't fucking...
It's because they only plan for humans, elves, and dwarves. Fuck the Dragonborn, because apparently they can't walk around either.
Look, I'm still of the opinion that Dragonborn shouldn't be... Dragonborn should be on the kill on sight list. We're talking about a universe where tiny little green people are like a fucking life and death situation that makes everybody go, oh my god, the goblins are attacking!
Yep.
Help! Please save me, you giant reptilian predator-looking thing that should be
Dragonborn
eating
shouldn't be characters, but that's beside the fucking point.
Dragonborns are fucking OP, but I love them.
Anyways, now that we've had yet another rant brought to you by Derailing the Game Incorporated, our motto is, we'll never fucking finish this campaign.
God damn it, we're gonna finish this motherfucker. I have to fucking drag everyone through it.
If I finish my campaign first, that'd be a fucking miracle. But also very plausible.
Congratulations, Ziggy. We just lost 5 sessions as I railroad us. Let's go.
I believe in the you that believes in the me that believes in you. And with that, we're going to take a brief break because, well, the cats are trying to fucking destroy shit. What the hell are you guys up to? Alright, we'll be right back.
Break the live chat. Go.
We are back. Thank you for putting up with me policing my cats and also giving Jim Jones a break to go, like, homicidal privately.
Hey,
We're
I
not going
had
to talk about that.
lizard
We're
too.
not going to talk about that.
You had to police the cats, I had to bleed the lizard, and then we had a weird PC talk. Moving on.
The point being, apparently in Baldur's Gate, half-dragons, no bueno. So you don't actually see Resmir, the lady running the whole show. And also that explains why Langdedrossa stayed outside in a camp the entire time. But you do see, you know, some of the people you recognize, like that frickin' guard who, I believe it was Walker, conned into helping him evacuate the prisoners.
Question.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Question.
Yes.
Hold on. If we were at a table, you would see my raised hand. As I now make the following checks for... did I actually roll history, or did I roll the wrong thing?
You rolled
hit
deception. I'm pretty sure you
hold
did
on.
not mean to roll deception.
No. God damn it, deception again. Hold on. History,
Yep.
insight,
Mm-hmm.
and religion. No, that was
No.
persuasion. God damn it, persuasion.
Your fat fingers.
Religion.
There
we
you go.
History, insight, and religion, because these are the 3 checks needed for fucking Baldur's Gate. I'm sorry. Can we speed through this?
We were speeding through. You slowed it down with your checks.
No, goddamn you! I'm looking at a 21 out of 23.
Right, but you were
At
rolling at
disadvantage.
disadvantage, so no. The point is, none of that was necessary. None of that was relevant.
Oh fuck you! These were checks needed to get through this shit.
No, it wasn't.
Oh god damn it!
None of these
I
checks were
quit.
relevant.
Clearly, you haven't played a game with a name.
I quit. Tell me when you
I've played many a campaign with a name. It doesn't matter what's written on the page.
Well,
tell
not
me when you need me.
not
I'm
only,
gonna
not
start
only
my
that, but
business
like
today.
I get the impression there was supposed to be in earlier editions of this game. I get the impression that there was supposed to be some kind of a weird navigating the city thing. No, it's literally just run through this wall of text. There are no checks in the 5th edition game until you're trying to join the caravan. You
But-
literally just know which caravan to join.
What
Sweet.
the fuck?
No checks. None of it.
What the fuck?
You just recognize it and move forward with the plot.
Okay,
There
can we
we
move
go.
forward and get out of Baldur's Gate then?
So,
Can we skip this whole shit?
well, no. The question now is, how do you want to join the caravan?
Carefully. Can we go carefully and move on and get on with the plot?
Muting the guy who probably has the best reason to join the caravan because he actually has a wagon.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, fuck this shit. Oh, I am
So-
done.
So
Oh, he has me muted. I hope he can hear me.
I can hear you because you've been unmuted. Everyone can hear you.
Oh, god damn it.
Anyways, before this turns
No,
into
no.
Tease the Alucard, the live stream. You identify the
God
caravan. You identify
God
the
damn
caravan. Obviously, Alucard, Jim Jones can join the caravan by virtue of the fact that he has a wagon of his own.
Bitch, I got a wagon and I got shit. Let's go. Move on.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll for
No,
a.
no,
What do you
no.
need from me? What do you need from me
no.
to join as
We are
his bodyguard?
rolling now.
Alucard, let everyone else have a chance, man.
We have to go through this wall of text.
Just because you're bent.
I'm gonna join as a bodyguard / companion.
Oh God, was
like
the text that
the guy
easy
that
to
rides
read?
shotgun in the wagon.
Because
No, that's probably not covered.
actually,
Do it.
that. All right, so you're trying to interview as a guard. Thodrian, how do you want to join the caravan? I should note that it's typical for these caravans to have like maybe 2 or 3 bodyguards per wagon. And given that Brune and Martin are sleeping off a bender in the back of
Well, I was gonna
Jim's
say,
wagon.
since we're adding our wagon to this, I'm gonna be one of the defenders for our wagon.
All right, so you're the 3rd defender of the wagon. Jim Jones is the humble merchant of alcoholism.
Yep. I'm not a defender. Fuck you. I'm just driving.
Walker is going to try and impress somebody into hiring him on as a guard, and Billy.
Oh, I'm gonna be a guard for Jim's wagon. That's what I'm here for. I'm riding shotgun on his wagon.
I should note, it might almost seem suspicious if the whole party is all together looking exactly like the people who have mowed through the Cult of the Dragon before.
Religion check.
I should
That's a
point
good
that
point.
out. You have that
That's a
option.
good point.
You could show up as a group of... Granted, Billy doesn't look like part of that group because it used to be this weird guy named Mrak.
At
But-
this point, can I make a religion check not at disadvantage?
What are you checking for?
To incorporate everyone into my group.
As like
Literally,
a holy
that is
pilgrimage
it.
thing?
Fine.
Are you like, is what's coming to your mind some sort of like a holy pilgrimage?
Yep, these are all my pilgrims. I am the leader of their church, blah, blah, blah. We are all coming to the dragon for holy blah, 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 blah. Whatever
What?
is required.
Because you're making me pull out books again when you could have just rolled some dice. Because you came up with an idea.
Like, there's some dice roll. There's a die roll. Does religion not work? Here's a fucking history roll.
I mean,
There's the history. Does history not work? There's the insight. Pick your fucking roll and goddamn take it.
so I should
What-
point out at this stage, we are moving on, don't worry people, but... So the idea is, y'all are planning on joining more or less as a group, which makes you...
Yeah.
And the cover story is that it's a combination religious mission / sell the booze. But I
That
should
works.
note, for Alucard's future attempt to metagame this adventure,
Oh, fuck, did I roll a 4?
yes, you rolled a critical failure on your history check.
Shit. I am fucked later. All
But-
right.
For what it's worth, just so that we can cover what the adventure wanted you guys to try to do, ironically, despite Alucard insisting that the adventure didn't plan for anybody trying to join as a guard, the assumption was that everyone would attempt to join as a guard and use their charisma persuasion or strength athletics to demonstrate what a good bodyguard they could be.
Roll it, people, and fucking...
Apparently
don't fail.
not, because, you joined as a group, remember?
Either way, my persuasion is good enough.
Yeah, congratulations, Walker, by shaking your head at the drunken, loudly belligerent dwarf and walking away and interviewing with,
The cart directly in front of me.
nope,
Look,
interviewing
don't blame me.
directly
We should have been fucking 40
with-
characters beyond this point.
with Baldur. Why did they give you such an unfortunate name?
Oh no.
I'm going to type this out for everybody.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to
oh,
tell
God,
you-
Yes.
I'm going to tell you how
him.
this should be pronounced in my mind.
He hit him. By the way, so everyone knows, this is the halfway point. This name, this individual, yep, right there.
So,
Enjoy.
Walker, you're able, using creative uses of prestidigitation and the like, you're able to convince Baldur, and I swear this really should be pronounced, urine pole shirt.
Wow.
Pole chart.
Yeah. There's no good way to pronounce that name. Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Pronounce it in French.
That's the best you got.
Unpole shirt. Unpole shirt. I'm known as Baldur Unpole shirt.
You're a dork.
And he is so impressed with you that he hires you on as his personal bodyguard at a rate of 10 gold per 10 day. Plus, he'll cover all of your food and living expenses on the road.
Oh shit!
Right,
You got the
cool.
best deal we're ever gonna get. Milk it.
Billy, you managed to fall so hard on your ass that everyone in the caravan's laughing at you, and you're forced to fall back on the original plan of just looking like one of the church penitent of Jim Jones's faction.
Yep, you're one of my suckers.
I don't want to trust him with my brew.
I'll be honest, if we're still going with our having our wagon in the caravan, I'm perfectly happy just defending our wagon.
Yeah.
So I don't need to
Well,
actually
so
support
it's
this if necessary.
it's interesting to note that they tend to kind of blend once they're on the road. Even though you were hired by Wagon X, you kind of get blended into a communal pool of guard the fucking caravan as a whole. Because, you know, socialism works sometimes in specific, very controlled scenarios. Very controlled scenarios.
And we're gonna fuck up that controlled scenario.
We fuck up everything. It's kind of a
But-
given. We don't even have to say that.
But, Thodrian, you are able to impress... Okay, that's a dude. That name doesn't look like a dude's name, but whatever. You're able to impress Leia Angiston, a gold dwarf merchant carrying cooking oils and perfumes from and she hires God, that name really makes me think of a girl. I'm sorry.
You can always
It's-
pronounce it as Lee.
Lee. We'll go with Lee. Lee hires you on as a sergeant, putting you in charge of a couple of his more pussy-footed guards.
Alrighty.
Thus divvying up the party a little bit so that you don't look like, well, the guys who ran around the raider camp killing everybody.
Yeah, because that's really gonna help.
I mean, it does kind of help not to look like you're literally the people who are hunting these people. It's a good sign.
It's a good thing.
And I love
So
how
We've infiltrated.
you have successfully infiltrated the caravan and the plot can move forward. Hooray! Plot.
Time check.
9:48 p.m. Eastern.
Oh shit, we have fucking plot to go. Okay.
I mean, if by plot to go you mean like 2/3 of the book, then yes.
You're welcome.
Basically, I'm asking, do we have time for a bathroom break?
You just had one.
Apparently, he's off sync on bladders.
I am. I am not synced up onto our benevolent overlord's bladder. I'm sorry.
All right, we will talk. You go pee,
Thank you. I will be right back.
and I will and I do apologize to people who are just hoping for straight up game. Part of me doing these streams is so that we can take a look at and take a piss out of the design of 5th edition D&D adventures. They leave... There's a lot you should know before you try and run one of these books. And that is that they didn't give a single toss to the notion of actually running a campaign based off of the book that they produced that is intended to run a campaign. There was no thinking, no planning involved. Because we're now there, down here at the bottom of the page 31 of the book, and it goes into this section on fellow travelers. And the first thing it does is introduce some people who aren't part of the caravan. Yeah. The section on fellow travelers opens with, these people aren't part of the caravan. What?
This is giving me the same.
People who aren't part of the caravan fucking matter to us.
This is giving me the same fucking headache that it did in Curse of Strahd going through fucking Valaki.
So that's...
I'm sorry, did I take a restroom break at a opportune time to bitch about the plot?
Yes. Now go use the bathroom instead of talking to us.
I am in the bathroom!
So...
Not the king shame, but shut the fuck up.
That's... When you consider how it rolls over, that's an entire column out of the book. 1/4 of the open book is about people who aren't there. Okay. However, for the rest of the next pages-ish, page 32 and half of page 33 cover the people who are part of the caravan and might be interesting, and allows me to mix and match and use them or lose them as appropriate. And so we have Baldur Urenstain, as I'm now not naming him, who Walker...
No, you're supposed to use the people who aren't in the caravan as random, hey, they're not here, but you are, so they're here.
It'll make sense later. So we have Baldur Urenstain, who Walker learns in the first day or two of travel is, in fact, a lawyer. Yep, he got hired by a goddamn lawyer.
Of course I did.
Urinpole is relocating from Baldur's Gate to literally anywhere. Anywhere the fuck else. Apparently, some things went wrong. He represented the wrong client, you know. Well, let's be honest. With a name like Urinpole, you already know that he was part of the Trump impeachment defense team. And it just went downhill from there.
Well, in every bit of honesty, that name sounds like it would go well in Dragon Spear to the North. Because it's already a fucking euphemism.
I feel compelled to mention that I am back now, considering this entire break was me.
Well, it's also right now is sort of like a setup to the next section of the adventure, and
Yeah.
it's done by virtue of going, look at this slice of life. Now that you guys have joined the caravan, you need to know who you've actually joined the caravan with.
We don't give a shit.
Oh, but you do, because that's literally the next I don't know how many sessions.
No,
I have to roll dice
give
for
a
this.
shit.
I have to roll dice for this. You have to live with it.
No, but we don't give a shit.
But you will.
No, we won't. We
Hey,
will
hey, hey.
kill their man, move on.
Billy rolled a fucking 1, so we have to live with it.
Yup.
We have to
What
live
did
with whatever
Billy
the
roll
fuck
a
you...
1 in? What did Billy
Athletics.
roll a 1 in?
Billy literally fell on his ass trying to get a job, so now you get to shut up and listen.
Fuck you, I got humiliated.
No. All right, so I'm gonna fuck you roll acrobatics. To
Irrelevant.
Get Billy into this job. Did that work?
So, the gossip around the caravan is that Baldur was driven out by scandal, you know, which makes sense.
God damn it, they're still talking.
And Aldor himself is suspicious of everyone to a ridiculous degree, except for Walker, who he trusts implicitly.
Oh, that's good.
Whereas Lee, Donut, aka Thodrian's boss, is, as previously mentioned, hauling around a load of scented cooking oils and perfumes, hoping to make a huge profit off of those stupid nobles over in Waterdeep.
In other words, I'm with Thodrian.
Constantly talking Thodrian's ear off about all of the money he's going to make, and how everybody's going to just envy him and his money and his wealth and power.
I'm not fucking wrong.
And there are a whole bunch of other people.
The snail has asked me to put a ball gag into Jim Jones's mouth. And I'm taking that as a holy order from our holy being.
And there's
Here's
like...
the trick.
Go ahead, Thodrian.
I was gonna say, if you want to keep Jim Jones quiet, you just have to keep plying him with alcohol till he passes out. And if he's constantly drinking, he can't talk.
I'm about halfway there myself, just saying.
And it's worth noting that traveling amongst you is somebody who is green. Like, literally, she's green. Her skin is fucking green. Her
Is she
hair...
a Keebler elf?
No, she looks to be human other than the fact that she's green. All of it's green. And she's known around the camp as Green Imsa. Wonder
I have questions,
fucking
but
why.
I can't ask them here.
Oh no, below the belt, under the skirt, green.
No, I was thinking about Nip's area.
Green.
She-Hulk, got it.
She is trying to get to Waterdeep so that she can find some kind of a remedy, even though at the same time she doesn't fucking seem to care. She just cares that everybody else fucking cares.
Oh shit. I keep forgetting my volume controls on my headset.
And there are other people who may come up as we go along in the adventure. And moving onward! Hey, look. We just got through 3 columns. Because we said onward.
All right.
You're talking about a stretch of road that's about 750 freaking goddamned miles long.
Cool.
It's a long goddamn road.
750. How far does a party... This is for the sake of me keeping track of my liquor. How long does it take for a caravan to travel per day?
We are going to cover, believe it or not, because of the way the adventure's written, we're going to become painfully aware of how many days have passed.
Oh boy.
Okay, so by the end of this, I'm probably going to die for my liquor.
I'm gonna be rich because I'm getting 10 gold per day.
10 gold per
10 day.
10 day.
10
Every
day.
10 days, you get
You
10
get
gold.
1 gold per day.
Well, shit. Okay, let's go.
Which is better. Which is better than, say, Thodrian is bringing in at 8 gold per 10 day,
And better than me at
definitely
0.
better than Billy, who is getting paid nothing to listen to fucking Jim Jones go on and on about how he just wishes the plot would hurry up, even though Jim Jones and Billy have no idea what a plot is or why it's relevant.
All right, let's go.
I'm
Let's
about to
do
give.
this.
I'm about to give. But the sounds of it, it seems like Billy's about to give Jim Jones the Martin Luther treatment with his shield.
I believe you were going to say something, Thodrian?
No, I was just making a quip.
Fair enough. And so the caravan heads out of Baldur's Gate along the coastway and into the fields of the dead. And apparently the animals need a day off every 6 days of hauling to recover, so there's literally a day when you do goddamn nothing that corresponds, hilariously enough, to 1 real-world week, even though weeks don't exist in Faerun. You get Sundays off, apparently.
Alright,
Because
cool.
I guess they just couldn't get religion the fuck out of this module. Odd that, but whatever.
They could have easily just said every 5th day.
I know. But they didn't do that, and now I have
Well,
to roll some dice.
actually kind of makes sense because after every 5 day, they get the 6th day off. I don't know.
So you're in a your caravan consists of obviously Jim Jones's wagon, as well as 3 wagons that you are confident belong to the cult. You've seen people you recognize on all of them, and another 4 wagons.
So about just under half of this is to the cult.
Right. If you exclude yourselves, just under half is the cult.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't know if I haven't been drinking enough or been drinking too much.
Oh.
I'm thinking of ways how to kill these fuckers right now, but that's a bad idea.
But so remember that you're actually hired not to kill them, but to work out what's going on. You're trying to learn more.
That's why I don't know what my drinking situation is.
Gotcha. All right, so let's see.
I have nothing into perception, so I'm not going to try to listen in on them.
I'll give it a go.
It is possibly worth pointing out that the guys you're pretty sure are cultists.
And a fail.
That was so Walker doesn't see any of this. He's too busy hearing from Baldur about the latest controversies involving whether or not it's legitimate to hire prostitutes under the age of 12. As Walker reaches closer and closer for his sword.
I don't know the maturity rate as out of game of dwarves or everything else, so I don't know whether or not to kill this guy. I'm pissed off at this question.
They generally normalized things towards 15. You know, human quasi standard. You reach young maturity at roughly 15. And then for the longer-lived races, it slows down. For the shorter-lived races, it speeds up after hitting 15.
Alright.
Alright, so if Jim Jones heard this, he'd want to kill this guy.
Or possibly Billy, but... Anyways, it sounds less like he's suggesting that he wants to do it, and more he's talking about, you know, the proper way to defend clients and everything when they done it.
Okay.
Yada 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 yada. I'm sorry, you guys actually managed to stay on plot enough that I'm behind in where I prepped. So I'm playing catch up. Oh,
I'm
look,
gonna
I
try
need to
and
roll
take another
dice.
perception per day. Still filled.
Many days pass without excitement. Let's see. You were at 4 days out of 2 weeks, so 14 days, roughly, for your brew?
Alright. So that's actually 2 weeks then.
Right. No, I was checking what your timing was.
Yeah, because it was 4 days once we reached Baldur's Gate.
And then call it 2 more days in Baldur's Gate while the armor was being made and waiting for the cult, so that brings us to 6.
6 days from
out
there.
Of 14, so that leaves you with 8. And I'm going to go ahead and roll this die on the... We'll say that there are 3 days left on your brew when I roll this die.
Awesome.
Adventuring life. Another group of adventurers joins the caravan. Blah, 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 blah. So you're sitting here, you know, the caravan's kind of settled around a campfire when another group of people joins up for communal defense during the night. And there's this one kind of cute-looking dwarven chick in the group, and she's sitting there close to the campfire talking to everybody, going on about how her and her friends have literally fucking kicked... they beat up Drist, they've kicked the ass of the Tarask, they've done every goddamn thing.
Oh, this caravan's safe then.
There ain't nothing we ain't done. We have challenged the gods themselves and come back alive. And somebody is really having an exciting time in their own room. I think that's Ziggy? Or is that Alucard trying to rein in all of his, Okay, it was Ziggy. He muted.
I muted myself.
Yep, no, I saw.
Yeah, I muted myself like 30 seconds before that rustling came around, so I think that's Donut.
It might be me.
Because I acknowledge that I'm pretty fucking drunk, but I needed my portable charger. There we go. I want to make sure I can keep up with the chat. I like engaging with them.
Oh, no, absolutely. Somebody's got to do it. Oh, Jim, I wasn't trying to shut you up completely. It was just, you know.
We do love Jim. It's just, you had a very large tangent.
Yup.
And yes, it is taking me about a second to process everything I look at.
Mm-hmm.
For the love of fuck, someone tell me to drink a whole glass of water after this is done.
Drink a whole glass of water after all of this is done.
Fuck you.
There's 2 Gatorades.
I don't have Gatorade right now, although I have enough money to get some before work tomorrow.
And so at the end of the day, Lee hires on this group of adventurers to supplement the bodyguards. And wow, this adventure is badly written. Can I just say that right now? They expect me to basically ad-lib everything from here on out.
Isn't that how it is with them? 80% of the adventure is just us pulling shit out of our ass and expecting like 19% of it to be filled by the players, the 1% they actually write.
Okay, so I'm gonna need... Oh, no! I did not mean to do that. Bad yellow line thing. So you've been traveling northwards. Doot, 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 doot.
Fuck, that's the other thing I needed. Muting again.
Okay, I need Zepati. I need... that's a bad random map. This is really badly set up. I think we're honestly probably going to kind of call it a night at this point because I need to study this campaign a little bit more. It's... they've left way too much up to open-ended bullshit.
Oh, shit.
It's literally I'm not sure how I'm supposed to proceed forward with this. It sucks.
We got so far back onto the plot that you don't know what to do.
It's not even that. It's literally, I thought they spec'd this out a little bit better, and they didn't.
They left a lot of gaps and shit.
There's 2 paragraphs that's essentially supposed to be a little bit of a mini adventure.
Oh,
summed up in 2 paragraphs.
Oh, shit.
So I do apologize to everybody, especially my players, but I have to break it here because this ain't gonna fucking work as written.
Oh,
This is
man.
this is that fucking badly written.
You're gonna have to pull some shit out of your ass for this.
So thank you all for showing up and have a good night. Sorry, guys.
Honestly, never apologize because I